right. Welcome to our first episode of our podcast that we haven't decided the name for. I'm your gracious host, Lord Immortalix. I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, Mr. Carmen Decimation. How are you doing today?
Doing good there. How are you doing?
Well, we did both see the new Batman movie recently, so we can finally discuss it. We're gonna talk spoilers, so spoiler warning if you haven't seen it yet. So let's start with you. Because before I saw it, when I asked you about it, you didn't really give me a straight answer on whether you liked it or not. So now that I've seen it, you can go all out.
Oh, boy. Okay. Well, when I first saw who was going to be playing as Batman, the guy that was the flamboyant vampire,
Yeah,
I was a little bit skeptical at first because it's just like low key, he did a good job with his role as a vampire, and seeing him in a different limelight. Sort of like if I were to compare it to Tom Holland, Spider Man versus Tom Holland in Uncharted, that's kind of
yeah,
had the vibe I kind of felt was like it wouldn't work, or it could. I don't know. He had to be very moody. He had to be you know, he had to be, I guess, a little bit more darker than he was as a vampire.
yeah,
And when he was a vampire, it was more in the limelight of the casual, you know, defensive type. And this is, Batman, where he's like a vigilante, but he's more brutal.
yeah,
So it's like, it was conflicting. But as I was, going along with it, I'm like, all right, no, the way they interacted with his butler and just basically how they wrote him.
yeah,
It's like he pulled it off, he did what he
yeah.
could do.
I would say he's the moodiest Batman so far. Like
Yeah.
especially like for the whole movie, I don't think he ever got out of being moody. And he was only like Bruce Wayne for maybe like 5 minutes of the whole movie. Like
All right.
barely actually get to see him as Bruce Wayne.
Exactly. And it's like I wish I would see more of that, honestly,
Yeah.
because I didn't when I first saw him, I didn't get like that presence like, oh snap, it's Batman. It's more like, who's this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he didn't have that type of aura to him. Say like Christian Bale would have.
Yeah.
But,
And Christian Bale is still my favorite.
mhm,
Because I think you could compare this a lot to Batman Begins because they both of these Batman they have like a similar fighting style kind of. Um, they're both more they're both trying to be more realistic than say Ben Affleck's Batman.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying.
yeah, so yeah, like the more realistic approach, but then
Hmm.
you have like in Batman Begins, you kind of get like the whole like arc of him like being moody and being away from Gotham, and then he comes back to Gotham, and we get to see how he becomes Batman and stuff. And I get they didn't want to do that again with this, and
Hmm.
people might not want to see that again. Like how many times have we seen his parents get killed like on screen?
Right.
So I get that people don't want to see that again, but at the
Mhm.
same time, I noticed like you just kind of gotta assume because they keep saying they mention it multiple times, like, oh, he's been Batman for 2 years now. Like they
Yeah.
keep reminding you that throughout the movie. Um, so you just kind of gotta assume like what got him where he is, and that's fine, I think. But the thing is, we don't get a whole lot. Like Batman isn't really like a character in this movie. He's just more of like a presence and like a just like a presence that to like beat up the bad guys. Then, I mean, he has some good moments with Catwoman and Gordon in terms of interacting, but you don't really get a feel of like what makes this Bruce Wayne Batman tick on the inside. Like he does
Right.
the whole moody and angry thing, but like the stakes of this movie aren't that personal up to a certain point. So you don't it's like you're seeing someone be pissed off, but you're like, all right, but like why are you pissed off though? You know? Where
Yeah.
it's like you have that foundation in Batman Begins, so you understand. And then even with like the Ben Affleck Batman, they give you those hints of like, oh, Joker killed Robin. Batman doesn't trust anyone anymore. He doesn't believe people can be good.
Mhm.
that kind of thing. So you understand where that Batman is coming from.
Hmm.
And with this one, it's like, yeah, you gotta fill it in. Maybe in the sequel they could go into it, but I wanted something, you know.
Yeah, I mean, okay. If you want a sequel, do you think they could pull it off though? If they
Um,
continue with this, this new Batman, and they made a sequel, would you be okay with that?
I mean, I think they're going to. At least, it's been successful money wise so far. And so, like, something I noticed is, since he doesn't like have much of a Bruce Wayne presence, like the black mayor lady, she's like, "Oh, why don't you do more to help?"
Yeah,
Whereas like every other incarnation of Batman, like he's always like Bruce Wayne. His Bruce Wayne is always giving to charities and whatnot, and doing stuff as both Bruce Wayne and as Batman.
basically,
So
he's the own boss. Like he basically runs the show, kind of like
yeah,
in the public's eye, and vice versa. So
yeah. Whereas in this one, he doesn't really do much as Bruce Wayne, and I think the point of the movie is that he realizes that by the end,
oh,
because there's that scene in the beginning where he saves the Asian dude from the gang, and the Asian dude's like afraid of him, and then
mhm.
by the end of the movie, he's like, all right, I gotta I gotta pull these people out from like being drowned, but like they're afraid of me, so like maybe everyone shouldn't be afraid of me.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, I don't know, they probably could have done better towards the end, honestly, with that whole split thing. Like honestly, I
So
honestly, I
I
just
I
don't like the
kind of have a
writing. You know what
problem
I'm
with
saying? Like,
the ending too. I
yeah,
mean, I like the idea. I like that the Riddler sort of wins. Like I like having that. I like the idea of having that as like
yeah,
your first movie, like the bad guy sort of winning.
right.
But it felt like it came out of nowhere because the whole movie, the Riddler was like, "Oh, enough lies, enough corruption.
Hmm.
The truth has to have its day." Like a conspiracy theorist kind of thing. And
Right, right.
then the last part of his plan is just, "Oh, we're just gonna flood the city." Like it doesn't really connect thematically.
Mhm.
So yeah, I found that like kind of weird. Like as cool as it is to see like Gotham fail and get flooded for a
Right.
change, it also kind of comes out of nowhere because his whole thing is about punishing people who are corrupt. So like Riddler, he never goes after Gordon because he knows Gordon isn't corrupt. But in the
Exactly.
end, he has his internet buddies
Right.
shoot up the whole like hall, even though there's people who are innocent and not corrupt at all. Like there's kids there. So like I don't under like like his logic kind of falls off in the end.
Yeah, it's a little insane to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now that you mentioned that, it's like I guess I kind of missed that part. But as we talked about, I'm just like, yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Like, I'm pretty sure they gave him like explicit instructions on how to like take care of all the corrupt politicians. But I guess when Dan broke and everyone just ran aside, it's just like I don't know. I mean, that could have been
And
done. That whole part could have been played better, honestly. Like that,
yeah,
I
I
didn't really
agree.
like the
Like it
way that
should
she
have been
walked
like
out
a
and tried.
different plan like altogether.
Like really, like you're gonna have the mayor, you're gonna have her walk out in front of the whole, conference, trying to calm people down. Try see, that's another thing too. Like that also grinded my gears a little bit. Like let that be like any other major political figure, and all the other Batmans. Like they weren't nearly, I wouldn't use the term stupid, but I can't find any other word to describe that as her. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? In terms of
like after she gets shot, she comes back out and tries to like
like
manage the situation. Like if that was like in real life, like her
uh,
bodyguards wouldn't even listen to what she says. They would just take her away and like get
exactly.
her to a hospital or something. They wouldn't let her go back out anywhere.
Like she was like not aware of everything that was happening whatsoever.
Yeah.
She was completely oblivious because she wanted everything to be done her way per se. Like
Yeah.
I don't co-sign with that per
Because
se.
she's a strong, independent woman who don't need no man.
Well, yeah, that definitely branches off into a whole bigger topic. But
She's a
uh,
strong black queen. She don't need no man.
overall, though, bro,
It's not
overall,
like she
man,
was bleeding out in chest high water or anything.
that's true, right? I mean, yeah, she got like shot in the upper torso, didn't she? Like upper torso region.
Like upper torso and the water was above where she got shot and she was there for like like a good half an hour. Like, how'd you
Jeez.
not bleed out?
Like someone's like cauterized the wound or suppressed it. Like I didn't see anything
Right?
of that nature. No one's hands was bloody, so no one else really tried to, suppress the wound. But it is what it is.
Well,
I
that's how
let
much
that
of a
be.
strong woman she is.
Like, yeah, I mean, it is what if she was strong, then she wouldn't like solely rely on Batman type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right?
it's yeah, it's weird.
Just
You
be
could
like,
have
don't put me out the water. I can handle myself. I don't need no
wild.
Batman.
It's wild. Well, to say the least, I like how they did Gordon though. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
Gordon, I was surprised to see that he wasn't of the similar skin color, honestly. But he still
Yeah.
carried his
I
part
mean,
well.
yeah. I mean, race swaps are always kind of like, all right. It's like, all right. I know why you're doing that, but like,
Right.
but he did play his part very well.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love this part.
Yeah.
Start to finish, everything. You know, I
Yeah.
think he took less BS than actually no, he actually played the same. Yeah, just like the trilogy with Bruce Wayne. That Commissioner Gordon, I think they're the same basically. Like I didn't really feel any difference when I saw him. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I like that. That was good.
Yeah. I'd
Riddler
say he
did.
did his. The one thing that's weird though is like he's not Commissioner Gordon yet. He's Detective Gordon, but
Right.
like everyone always listens to him.
Yeah.
Like in that first scene where he tells everyone to just let Batman into the crime scene, they
Yeah.
just listen to him, even though he's not really of like a high rank.
Exactly. Yeah. No,
And
that
and they
that
pretty
was
much do that like every single time he comes into the scene, even like when they have him in the police
yeah.
department.
Yeah. That part was hilarious. Oh my gosh. That's crazy though. Like
Yeah.
but even before that, let's talk about the scene before that even happened. Like he
Mhm.
really dressed up, and he was talking to the Riddler because that corrupt politician was basically explaining, a series of events that took place during that time frame. And
Yeah, with the bomb on his neck.
yeah, that bomb was something else, bro. Like he
There's
really
no way he should have survived that. He
like,
like as
that's
it
what we talked about.
exploded, he went even closer to the guy. Like your face should have been blown off. I don't care what you're wearing.
Right.
And like
Like
more of his face is exposed than like other Batman costumes. So like
yeah, he put the
should
eyeliner. Like okay, bro, that's cool.
he should have like lost a jaw or something at least.
Right. I mean,
And then Alfred fucking took an explosion to the face, and he's like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm all right."
ex- yeah, right. I mean, in Alfred's defense, he did throw it to the side, kind
Yeah,
of, but
but
not
like
nothing like Batman.
it destroys the whole office he was in, but not him. Like,
Right. Like what? That makes sense. I'm sorry, Master Wayne. Alfred, Alfred is passed away or something like that, or he's in the hospital and whatnot.
yeah, he was
Crazy.
like, "Oh, it blew up an hour ago. You're. I was trying to call you."
Yeah, all right, homie. That makes sense. That explosion scene when you got knocked out, you telling me like how long did it take for them to actually want to unmask Batman when he was unconscious? That's what got me messed up.
Right?
Like literally at that moment, you could have just
Like
been like, "Yo, who is this guy?"
they took him from the fucking town hall to the precinct,
Uh
put
huh.
him on a table inside of a room. Then they waited until he woke up, and they're like, "Oh, let's take his mask off, maybe."
Yeah, like that's I don't know. That's just poor. That's poor writing right there. Honestly.
And also, like in yeah, it definitely is, especially because like right after like he like assaults one of them,
Right.
and then the rest of them see him punch Gordon, and then they chase him,
Yeah.
and then they like never chase him again after that. Like you think he'd have like a fucking APB out on him or something.
Had a bounty or something. Like nope. Mm-mm.
Like this man just assaulted at least three officers, and they're just all right. He got away. Well, we'll just be friendly with him the next time we see him, I guess.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, there
And
was
and
like,
they
how many officers was that in that room? Like what, 50?
yeah, that room
20?
was packed. Like that is definitely against fire code.
Like, I don't understand.
And then when he was like using his bat thing to like get up to the roof,
Yeah.
there was also cops on like every single floor, and they were just like shooting all willy nilly. Like, bro, you're gonna fucking shoot another cop,
Bro, you had no accuracy. No better than, a fiction Star Wars trooper. Ridiculous.
right?
But it's all good. It's all good. I'm not even mad about that. I'm just more concerned about Catwoman though. Like when I saw her, I was like, let's see how it goes. Okay, got the looks. Okay, reminds me of like a different version of Halle Berry. You know, I like that. I like that. You know, I don't like how they try to force her to be bi. I could be wrong with that, but in the past or in the comics, I don't think she was bi. Am I wrong?
Uh, Probably not. I mean, I'll look
Okay.
it up right now, but like even then, like I doubt like the original or like mainstream accepted comic. 'Cause, now like they have like fucking gay Superman and whatever. So
Oh,
they
yeah.
they do all this shit now, and they're like, see, look, it's in the comics. It's accurate. See,
Like, no, no, no. Like,
Catwoman by. I'm only getting like recent articles,
yikes.
so they'd be like, oh, of course she's bi.
No. Yeah, if anyone's like a hard true comic out there, if we can't find it, be sure to, hit us up on Discord or something
Yeah.
to,
According to this
you know.
article from The Verge, she wasn't bi until like 2015.
Oh, look at that.
So
That's crazy.
that's still like 70 years of not being bi. So
But yeah, you can't really do that. No, that this doesn't add up. Like, you're either gonna write the comic person to be either straight, gay, whatever the case may be. Just keep it consistent. Like, don't
no,
try to
that's
change
the
it.
thing with all the new writers now is they got to be inclusive and they got to be progressive. And
And I'd rather you just create another person and make them that way. Don't fix something that's not broken. You understand? Don't fix something that gave you the position that you was in. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like Superman was straight, and y'all making billions and billions of dollars on him, if not trillions. I don't even know what the number is, but I know it's a lot. But then you want to make him gay all of a sudden. Do you not really care about making money? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like
apparently not because
Superman name is literally $1 billion name, and you
yeah,
straight. That is what makes money. That title, his status, and what he does. Not changing it to fill some type of, agenda. No, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work for the actual true comic book fans, the hardcore readers. That doesn't work. Every time that people do this, you're gonna get a major backlash. You're gonna point the fingers at us. It's like, no, we're not gonna stand. We're not gonna sit here and take this garbage. Or at least the people that actually give
that's
a
why
fuck with,
comic book sales are in the gutter now.
right?
Just
Crazy.
just doing all that shit. It's like the Joker says, it's not about money, it's about sending a message. And I
Well,
guess the agenda is more important than the getting the profit these days.
right, right. Yeah, I mean, of course, again, their target audience, I wouldn't even argue is us anymore, is definitely the people after us.
Oh yeah, it's
And
definitely
they
like
know that. They know that. So, because
yeah.
again, the younger version, the younger generation is definitely more impressionable than to say the people that are within the same
Oh
bracket
yeah.
as. So it's kind of sad because you can't really look at your superhero, like your childhood superhero, the same because they change the way that that person acts or performs. And it's kind of saddening. It's really saddening. And the people in those higher up corporations, they personally don't give a crap because again, like you said, they're trying to fill an agenda, and they're getting bailed out left and right. They're still making money regardless because of people that actually co-sign with this whole agenda of and being all inclusive, mind non-binary and all this other stuff. Um, I mean, if you really were going to do something like that, you shouldn't be, right out the gate and just like push it down a tight tube. You know what I'm saying? You honestly can't wait to see what they're going to do with him in Batman 2. I wonder if they're going to do like a whole revamp of Christian Bale's performance with that
So
one actor.
so yeah, that's something I was thinking about since we talked about it the last time.
Hmm.
Um, it feels like a remix of the Nolan trilogy. It just
Exactly.
like I mean it's like darker or whatever and just some different aspects, but it just feels like a
Yeah.
remix in a way.
Hmm.
Like both of the both like Batman Begins and this one, they're both like the first one in it, and they both have like like a Batmobile chase with like similar lighting even.
Hmm.
And both of these Batmen they're a little more like stiff in their fighting style,
Of course.
if
Yeah,
that
they got
makes
a
sense.
yeah, they
Compared
got
to
a real
like
spine in their back.
yeah, compared to like the animated one or like the Ben Affleck one where he's like doing flips and like I don't know if you got this feel, but like So you remember in the Christian Bale ones, they always like set up the gadgets in the beginning. Like Morgan Freeman would talk to be like, all right, this can do this. If you wanted to do this, I got a thing for that.
Hmm.
Be careful when you're using this. You
Yeah.
use this gadget in this kind of situation. And then in this new Batman, they don't really do that, and he just kind of pulls out whatever gadgets he needs when it's
He just
convenient.
right, like he
Just like
studied
always
everything.
has. Yeah, he just always has like in the end where he pulls out like the little like the steroid boost.
Yeah.
It's like
Steroid boost. Okay.
yeah, like the yeah when he's like about to go unconscious and then he needs to
Uh-huh.
save Catwoman. He injects
Mhm.
himself with that green thing.
His bay. He'll save his bay. The way
He
that
got
he
his Cat Bay.
they really tried to make that epic, and it really wasn't. Like,
Like it was just like a random like
hmm,
shooter guy.
like, oh, the way that the camera angle had me dying, bro. Just shaking when he's pounding. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, hey.
It,
I
it
didn't want to
doesn't help
dance, bro.
either that like his mask is like so high cut compared to all the other ones. And like
Right?
I feel like you're just seeing too much of his face when he's in that suit.
Like, that's cute. Okay, it's too high cut, and he puts so much makeup on his eyes. Like, what?
Yeah. I mean all
Like,
the all the other Batmans they have the makeup around the eyes, but they never show it
mhm,
when he takes the mask off.
mhm.
It just magically disappears. I was getting like the 60s Batman vibe where he always just has like the perfect gadget.
Wow. Right? Yep.
Like when they were
Mhm,
trying to rescue that dude
mhm,
in the boat in the 60s movie and he
mhm.
pulls out the shark spray.
Mhm. Like,
That
you just
that,
happen to
that
know,
shark spray, yeah. Like he just has a gadget for
huh?
everything, no setup or anything. Yeah, I don't know if you got that vibe, but I got that vibe from this.
It was, yeah, it was very subtle. Like, if you wasn't really paying attention, like anyone that doesn't know Batman, like watch Batman on a regular, would probably overlook that. But something that you
Yeah,
got to
because
pay
like
attention to
the
deal with.
normal person just expects Batman to have whatever. There's he has the utility belt, he has everything there. But I do like it when there's like limitations in place where like we set up what he has and therefore like other things he doesn't have. So we know what situations he's equipped for, and then we can assume what situations he's not equipped for.
Right. Like what? Okay.
Yeah. But this one he just has everything, even in the beginning. Like he has fucking contact lenses that just record everything.
Like what?
Like 4K crystal clear video. It can scan people's faces. It records audio pretty decently. Like what?
You literally, that's the crazy part. You literally had what's it called? 2 hours and 30 minutes to paint out, you know, a decent story. Like that's a lot of time, and they decided to just cram a little bit everything together. Like I don't,
Yeah.
like I don't even like how the way that Catwoman. Like the one thing that really pissed me off is like out of like they made Catwoman so what's the word?
Black.
She's not even black if you mind me. Well, not totally black, but like the way that they introduced her. Like, okay, you introduced her as that, okay, yada yada yada, and then you got this nigga that just happened to follow her, and she had no idea
Yeah,
that
it,
like
it
the nigga
did
was
feel
behind him.
super convenient. Like he just happens to meet her at the club.
Hmm.
And he's like, "Oh, I'll follow her specifically."
Yeah, out of all people, right?
Yeah, even though
And
like
all,
everyone there is pretty sus.
bro, like crazy, so crazy. Like you just sitting there with the binoculars, and he still has the makeup on. Like, what the fuck, bro? It's fucking raining. What are you doing?
He's like undressing and then he zooms in.
Hmm. Like you saw his girl, you saw her girl, and
I
saw her
mean, I
change
can't blame
somewhat.
him, but you know.
I get it, but damn. She didn't. So she didn't hear him on the way to his house. And she didn't hear him away from his house. So he
I feel
really
like she would have noticed the singular motorcycle following her.
right.
Like no
Oh
one else
god.
has a motorcycle in that city.
Mm.
Everyone's too poor.
Like that's wild. That was a little wild. Now speaking of vehicles, that Batmobile. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's
How do you feel about that big monstrous like fat turd that got stuck in your colon for a week?
I mean, it makes sense in the context because they at least show him like building it throughout the movie until it shows up.
Yeah.
But more than the Batmobile itself, I have a problem with how it shows up. Like he just happened to have it
Right.
ready to go during like because he didn't use it at all like before that during the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to Penguin's place with his motorcycle. So that
Mm-hmm.
means he brought the car and the motorcycle somehow. Or maybe he
Like,
just like remote controlled it over, but he just had a feeling he was going to need both of them there at that same time.
bruh, honestly, what if he just walked all the way back to get to the vehicle?
He just walked all the way back where like Catwoman was just like knocked out
Right.
there. Like,
Yeah, right. Nigga just swinging through the night. Back cables.
I need the car. Off-road. Off-road out of the car.
Like, "Hey, Batman, what's going on?
It's going to be really cool, okay? I'm going to rev up the car for 2 minutes straight. They're not going to shoot at me.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna stall. Like,
I'm going to stall. They're not going to shoot at me. They're not even going to approach.
like, I really thought he stalled the car because when he went forward,
Right?
it jerked. I was like, this nigga.
Yeah. They definitely did it on purpose. Like, it definitely stalled. Like, why else would they show that?
I feel it. I feel that was part of a cut. Director probably didn't think it. He played off so well. Director didn't even know any better. Like, no, that nigga stalled. I was like, oh no, he left and stopped. Oh, that's so menacing. Nah, nigga.
This is how cars work.
Missed the launch, nigga. You missed the launch.
Right?
How you feeling?
Or like
What's
they
so
didn't have
fun?
time to shoot it again or something.
Mm-hmm. It's Batman. Fucking DC. You tell me you got no budget for that?
Right?
That is like one of the highest grossing superheroes. So like, there's no reason why you don't have enough money in the in the bank
I mean,
to make
if
it
they let
happen.
him put out a 3-hour movie in theaters, they clearly didn't have a problem with him like spending money on making the Batmobile function at
Right?
least.
What did
It,
he
it,
even do, nigga? Like, if you really think about it, what did that thing even do?
it went fast, I guess.
That's
I
it.
mean,
That's
I guess it's
fucking it.
supposed to be like the proto Batmobile. It's not like a full Batmobile yet, so all it can really do is go fast. But I don't know. At the
You're a
end of the day,
multi-billionaire.
he's 2 years into it, so like you think he would have started building the car before the movie started, not like
That's right.
during.
But no, all he had was just a cockpit with wheels. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Look, it was so, and I don't like how agile that big ass boat was that he drove. I did not like that one fucking bit. When it was in that tight ass traffic area, there's no fucking way that
yeah,
shit would be. No, nigga, no,
yeah. It was like a super tight bridge, and he got
no
lucky
fuck.
that one truck had like the ramp on it. If that one truck didn't have a ramp, that chase would have been over. Penguin would have been out of there.
Right? And they even got the wrong nigga on top of that. Like, you don't
Yeah.
like that would have died for no
What
fucking
got?
reason. If you really think about it, nigga would have just that's it. Ain't would have got away. He would have never got no cat poon. It would have been crazy, bro. Like crazy.
What got me is like after they show him walking out of the fire, I thought that was gonna be. I thought they would just like cut to the next scene there. Instead, they like
You lost a whole fucking walk back
yeah,
and
they
forth.
show him walking the whole way, and then they show him kneel down and look as if like he wasn't expecting to see Penguin in there.
Like
He's like,
that had me
"Who?"
dying.
He had like the most curious look on his face, like, "Who? Oh, Penguin? I didn't know you had the car. Did I flip you over?"
Right? Like you tell me Alfa Romero, I think he had Alfa Romero, was
Yeah,
just as fast as the Batmobile. That makes a lot of sense. Highly, and he only used the boost once, my dad. It's like it's
yeah,
a one shot and that was it. Like, come on, nigga.
but
Come
he
on.
like yeah, but he also had the boost going like while he was revving up, like when it was stalling. So like, how much fucking nitrous did you burn there?
Like, it's insane. I couldn't even see a fuel gauge in that. He just had turbo upon turbo upon a booster upon a rocket jet on a turbo. It's like crazy. Like, he just, yeah, he made a big ass sandwich in the back of his car. Fucking crazy.
Just a literal engine on wheels.
That's literally what it is. Like that's and the thing is, it only had armor from like the front and the side, not even like the back, nigga. Like it's
Yeah,
just, I mean, not like you needed it, but damn, nigga. The pick could just like juked him and just shot from behind. He would have blown up. Like it's
probably just
crazy,
shot the engine, it would have blown up.
right? Oh my
Exposed
god,
itself.
it's depressing. That's very depressing.
Yeah. But that just like that also leads into what I said about him. Just like he has everything he needs, and it always works the way he needs it to.
Mm,
But like, even though it's so like thrown together, like like
horrifically.
yeah, like this is why like if Batman's gonna do everything himself, then he needs to be more prepared than this. And if he's not, he needs a Lucius Fox type character.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the show Alfred like helping him build stuff and working with his
Alfred didn't
gadgets
do
and whatnot.
shit. What the fuck are you talking about?
Early, like before he gets blown up, they at least show him like trying to like fix some of his.
Trying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
So
Let's
well,
address that. Let's
so
address that.
so you're like meant to assume that it's Alfred who helps him build the Batcave and all that other shit. Because there's no one else helping him. There's no Lucius Fox in this movie,
Okay. Maybe.
and
You know what?
and he
You
doesn't
know. You're right.
interact with Wayne Enterprises at all, like in this movie.
Right. You know. Let's give them that vantage point. Let's be fair. I'll give them that. I'll say that's all right. You know.
Yeah,
It's fine.
I'm
No.
not saying
Alfred.
that's points for Alfred. I'm just saying that's how the movie works, and that's how
Yeah.
you're meant to take it.
All right. Alfred almost fucking dies and shit. Fuck.
Yeah,
Like.
explosion to the face.
Right. Yeah. Brought the nigga back. That's crazy. Good day. No, he's still in the hospital bed. Yeah. He didn't come back
Yeah,
there.
yeah, they didn't show him come out from it in the end.
Rest him. Like. They really could make that shit lit. Back towards when they're executing, not executing, when they got the Falcon and brought him to the light, like the fucking outfit was like there, like with a shotgun or some shit. I would like floored because now I've been like sweet revenge, honestly. That
Yeah,
shit would have been lit. I don't know. I feel like they made outfit soft a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, like a
yeah.
little bit.
I'm just like, what's the point of like, what's the point of casting someone like Andy Serkis as Alfred if he's only going to be in the movie for 5 minutes and he's going to spend most of it in a hospital bed?
Literally, he had the easiest job on the planet.
Yeah, like, why get like
He's
such a renowned actor like Andy Serkis to do that?
you just
Not him.
what sympathy, clout? I don't understand.
Yeah,
Like ridiculous. It could have. That's the case, you know what? Why do you get what are they? Are they like A-list celebrities at this point? All of them? Or like B? I think they're B.
yeah, I guess A-list because Penguin was Colin Farrell, and but they gave him like prosthetics and a fat suit. Like they could have just cast an old fat dude. I don't know why they needed Colin Farrell to play Penguin. It's not like he was giving an Oscar-worthy performance.
I
I mean, he
mean,
was good, but
I would
like anyone
nominate that
else
movie
could
because
be.
he was funny. I would
I
nominate. He
mean,
was
yeah,
funny as
he
fuck.
was, but it's not like anyone else couldn't have done that. You know,
Right.
they didn't need to put Colin Farrell in prosthetics. They could have gotten someone that actually looks like that, and they could have done a good job.
You know, you know what had me fucked up is when they had that little you know non that nice little intense stare moment when Batman was trying to go to Penguin's hideout. He's
Yeah,
like, whoa, 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 like that. I felt that shit was so dragged out because there was like a 2 second pause before he said, "Hey, you know, I'm this guy. You know, how can I help?"
yeah.
I think it had like a weird, sick look, like a fetish. Like, damn, you look good, but I'm gonna keep my composure. Right, I'm great. But if they were, they could
Also,
have done that. Yeah,
this is like the least Penguin. I
mm,
don't see why they call him Penguin in this version.
nose. I gotta love the nose. The
Like
nose is
kick
iconic.
ass. This is like the least pronounced Penguin nose in like live action history. Like even the fucking the TV Penguin from Gotham from that show when like Penguin's young and stuff. Even he had like the nose and he had a hobble to everything.
You know, the crazy part is if they really just made this movie into Gotham, I would say it would be one of the best ones they made because it actually fits everyone accordingly. Especially with guy that played Edward Cullen, especially that guy. Like, couldn't you see that being better for everyone that this was like literally Gotham and he's like that broody teenager that's like you know skinny with that bat. He's like not like the armored up bat suit, but like the skinny one. You know what I'm talking about?
I guess.
I
Or
could see that.
do you mean like Batman Beyond?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Beyond, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
that would
actually
be
I was
better.
gonna say that. Like I think he should have been they should have cast him as Terry from Batman Beyond.
Yo,
'Cause,
that would have been golden, bro.
right?
Honestly, because everything would have just flowed a lot better.
Yeah. Then the fucking contacts would have made sense because we don't have that kind of technology.
Jeez. I was like, we're aware of it at least. Only for 5. Not a
I
government
mean,
benefit.
at least like fucking 4K context would make sense in Batman
Yeah.
Beyond context.
Mm-mm-mm. Speaking of context, I don't like the scene where Batman was trying to. Yo, I love. See, the only issue. I don't even have an issue with Catwoman, honestly. I really don't. Like, she really sold Catwoman. Like, I couldn't picture it any other way. It's just fucking Batman. It just fucks everything up. Especially that scene when you're trying to infiltrate the den underneath. Like
Yeah,
that. There's like too many times where Batman teases the shit out of her. Like, funny.
yeah.
Like, you don't care about me at all. Say, look at me. I look so good. Like, what the? Like, really, nigga? That bitch still went along with it, bro. Like,
Yeah.
great. I mean, dying.
And then, like, I mean, I think she did. Yeah, I think she did a good job too. But then they have that scene where she just has to fucking talk about like, oh, come on, let's teach these white privileged people a lesson. And it's like, lady, you're
Yes.
talking to a white guy.
All right. All right. There's someone that.
It's like
What makes you
you're
different?
asking a white person to come beat up white people because you think they're just because of their white privilege. Like, what? What do you think's going on right now?
You found a rogue. She found a rogue. I mean, she tried. It's cute. I like it.
I don't know. That kind of took me out of the movie.
Towards the end, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking Gotham. Everybody's like poor and except for like Penguin and the other criminals. Everyone's like poor and
Yeah.
hungry and suffering, whatever.
Sure. That even wrong. Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. But it's. I mean, how else would you want her to do it? Like, what would you rather
She could
her
just
say
not
instead
say
of
that.
that?
I was like, she
Not
didn't need
say
to
that.
say that at all. Like, because it felt so out of place. She was talking about getting revenge on criminals. Like,
Well,
she didn't have to bring the whole white privilege thing into it. Like, she could have
honestly,
just said, "Come on, help me get revenge on these people." Like,
yeah, not.
I mean,
Yeah,
she's
because
even the daughter of fucking Falcone or whatever, so she's
that's
half white.
probably that's
So,
exact. She probably
so,
doesn't like her own kind, which is crazy.
so there we go. She's half privileged. If that's how she wants to see the world.
Half your body must be off. Great. Good luck with that. Oh my gosh. Nah, but that's wild. He's like, oh, what are you hiding behind that mask for? Are you scarred as well too? Yes. Like that was cute. That was cute. That they tried to put
Yeah,
a little love scene in that. Like she went from missing her her
yeah,
lesbian
her
girlfriend
girlfriend,
Batman in a heartbeat.
right?
But no, I think what I was told like she was bi, right? She was supposed to be bi.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
we talked about that. How they like that was like
yeah,
a new
like
thing.
they try to say that they say that a little bit, but it shouldn't. That was still rushed. Like there's no way. Like you tell me you see
Yeah,
Batman like that, and is it like that's
like
some fanfic.
within days, she like got over her dead Russian girlfriend.
Like you just saw the body, and you're like that is crazy, yo.
Right,
You really must like
right. Pretty
not.
much from that scene when he pinned her down.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, when he pinned her down, that was it. That shows he was intimate when they
Yeah,
first met. Oh my gosh, when they first met is so cute.
she forgot then and there.
Like yeah, yeah. It's like you slammed on the table. He's like breathe heavily, and then she was trying to wrestle around, saying I'm like you could have literally just grabbed this nigga's crotch and just been free, but you knew you liked that shit.
I
She
mean,
liked the
it's Batman. Like you saw that suit. He probably has like a metal cod piece. Probably
little
know.
cock piece. Middle cock.
A
Yeah.
metal cup and a metal cod piece on the suit. If I was
The
Batman,
little
that's what I would do. I wouldn't take any chances.
you know, oh, no, no, it was her. I might have a button just to, for easy release because it's a bad suit. If I go to the bathroom, I don't want to take my whole shit off. I'll just create like a button
Yeah.
where it just removes everything and just take it out. But
Oh
for
yeah, well
her,
that button's for me, not for anyone else.
right? I'll make an
Like
exception
if
for her. I'm
somebody
not.
else can press that button, then kind of defeats the purpose.
Well, no, only you can press it. It's like
Yeah,
something that's like tied to your um, what's it called? Like
biometrics or whatever.
sensor. Yeah, biometric. So yeah, it's not like anyone can do it. It's only you. It's like I gotta go. So you just like do something, or you just tap it and it just goes away. Some type of shit.
Give me a minute, I gotta pee.
Right. He's like, Batman, what on earth are you doing? Shut up.
In
It's stuck.
Gotham,
It's
it's
stuck.
legal to pee on the side of the road.
Like, hey, looking good. Shut up. Oh my gosh, that'd been a wild time, honestly. A wild time. But yeah, the first time they met, it was okay. Second time, okay. They met a total like how many times? Like 7, 8 times? Like
Yeah,
in
at
uniform.
least five. At least
Just
five.
5, right? Yeah. And it was when he had one of those dirty cop scenes, that was hilarious. He's like, she gave him a nickname and shit already. Like you all met each other within like I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna assume like every 2 hours. I'm gonna say probably every week. I would say something. I think that sounds about appropriate.
You mean when, like
Time frame.
when she called him Vengeance? She started calling
Yeah,
him Vengeance.
like
Well, to be fair,
well,
like
yeah,
he
right.
did tell that group of bad guys in the beginning that he's Vengeance, so it's possible he's just been going around for 2 years telling everybody he's Vengeance when they ask him who he is. So
Yeah,
now people just know him as Vengeance. So
instead
she
of
calls him.
Batman. Nah, what the fuck? Just like a fucking bat, you can call yourself something that doesn't even resemble that. All right, homie. Yo, I couldn't get over his custom made Tims, bro. I died when I first saw that.
Yeah,
I died.
and every time I see it, it's at least like 2, 3 inches like off the floor.
That shit thick. That shit built different, nigga.
And I'm pretty sure what's his name? Robert Pat. I'm pretty sure he's tall already. Like I don't, like he didn't need to be any taller.
Boom, boom. Yeah, they really had to zoom in on that. Like the boots were important. Like he's like, yeah.
Yeah, he's 6'1". He didn't need the fucking super Tims.
Oh my. Super
Fucking
tips.
like metal reinforced super Tims. Like
Did he even
perfect.
run in Batman? Did he even run at all?
He ran, yeah, in that remember after he punched Gordon in the police station? He,
He's such
he,
ability in the boots, nigga.
he was doing that like janky ass run.
Yeah, I must have been so uncomfortable, bro. He's like the penguin on steroids, bro. That's what he was
Yeah,
doing. And
it's
his
like,
fucking
bro,
cape
you're
fucking
moving
blowing
the
in
way
the
the
wind,
penguin
bro.
should be moving.
The way that he tried to juke and dodge with the cape, bro, this should be done.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
It's like running past cops in the hallways. Like, bro, what the hell?
Hmm. Oh my gosh, I was dying.
They need to like give him. I don't know. They need something. Like,
That shit was probably up to his fucking. How tall was it? It was probably up to like mid calf. Some boots.
yeah,
Boots was
bro.
like mid calf, right? Oh my
Let
gosh.
me see if they have like a clear shot of the bat suit, and I'll put it in the video if I find it.
Like that had me dying, bro. Like, what are you joking? What the? Oh, that cape just made everything like 10 times funnier than actually. Like, four in the win. You tell me not one police officer fucking managed to injure this nigga. Like, you couldn't make that shit slightly realistic.
Okay, yeah. So that shit, it's like covering most of his calves, and then there's like it's like a little piece that's where like you see his pants, and then
Yeah.
he has shin guards, knee guards, whatever they're called.
This nigga, there's no way he's that mobile then. That's impossible.
Yeah, that's right. Like he should be less mobile than Christian Bale.
How do you
Feel like,
juke him? How do you do it?
and then when he was in the nightclub, they had that scene where like he flipped over the balcony to like catch that guy. Like, how do you
Right?
do that in this suit?
You
'Cause
didn't
this suit
twist
is
that
like
ankle or
mostly like
nothing,
metal
huh?
pieces, kind of like the Arkham Knight suit, which I don't know how the hell that's mobile either.
Bruh. That must not be easy playing Batman in a suit, I'm not gonna lie.
And like that whole chest plate is like metal because they were shooting him with the machine gun in the end, and he was just like taking it like a tank.
So, if it was like Christian.
Although in
Go
the
ahead.
opening they shot him with the Glock, and he reacted to it. He went back a bit, but
Hmm.
like when they were shooting him with the machine gun, he was walking forward as if it was nothing. That's kind of weird. Like,
Did he? Oh, wow.
why would the force of a Glock push you back, but a machine gun wouldn't? I don't
Tell me like this nigga got adaptive armor? That's what it sounds like.
That's
That's
maybe
adaptive. That's literally what it is.
every shot it learns.
That's the only logical thing I could think of. Just
Like,
taking
this
that
is the
shit.
heaviest bat suit like with the
No,
screen.
yeah. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, he did take a shotgun to the fucking chest, though. He ate that
Yeah,
shit. He can walk away from that.
yeah. Well, yeah, that was good. They didn't like that actually knocked him on his ass, which
But
which it should. Like, I don't care what kind of metal you're wearing, it's gonna push you back.
right, if he just stood there, I would have been crying. I
Like,
would have got up and cried, bro, with laughter. I'm like, look at this shit. Look at this piece of shit. This piece of shit film is doing some bullshit. Nigga got shot point blank range with the
point blank
pump
right in
action.
the chest, like, pump action, double sawed off.
Wow, bro. I'm telling you, it's comical as shit, bro. I would have cried laughing. But I'm glad they made some realism. They made some realism to some of the effects, but not all.
Yeah, yeah. I like how most of it was consistently realistic, but then some of it, like, I mean, I did like that, like when he was flying for the first time, it seemed like that was his first time ever flying because he was kind of scared to jump off the building. And then when he did fly, he got like knocked in the face by a truck, which
Yeah, that was good.
I think
I
he
actually
should have
like
been
that.
out. I think he should have been out for like a day or two after that, but uh, at least he reacted to it.
Yeah, he
It was nice.
he has
Nice touch.
multiple. Like he just outdid himself. Honestly, I'm proud of him. Definitely had adrenaline. I would argue that's nah. He wouldn't find adrenaline just a heck of a fight or
Yeah,
flight response. This is good. It's good.
yeah,
I mean, but honestly, I don't know. Alfred is a little bit, stronger than Batman. I'm sorry, but Alfred took a fucking point blank range.
yeah. The
Bazooka shot
explosions
in the
and
back.
everything.
Batman got laid out with a shotgun to the chest. Like I don't, not really the same shit.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
Alfred's Alfred.
yeah.
It's alright.
I guess maybe they'll do more with him in the next movie. To
I hope so. I got to see Alfred's story. No one has done Alfred's story.
I mean, they sort of did in the Gotham TV show
Yeah.
that they had a few years ago, but it was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of stupid. Like, they just made him like he didn't act like Alfred in that show. Like most of his scenes was just like yelling at Bruce all the time and constantly disciplining him and whatnot.
Like Bruce,
Yeah.
Bruce.
And that's another
Michael.
show where they did the "You're not my dad" thing like two or
Like
three
what the?
times in that show.
Like nigga, you know my
Yeah, I
dad.
rolled my eyes when they did that again in this. Like, come on.
So brooding teenager, huh? You know my dad, bitch. What? Like I know that for sure. I'm like, yeah, all right, homie. This is special. Brooding
Like
teenager.
I
All
remember I saw in one of the trailers they had that clip where like he's like, "Yo, you lied to me" or whatever. So I thought thought the big twist was going to be like Alfred was actually his dad or some shit like that. But
imagine. 12 fucking times. All the times I sat on this man's lap. Who was he? Who was he? Some hired perfect. Like, I don't know, bro. Dude, all those times I was in his office, in the study. Damn. Didn't know who the motherfucker was. So he was serving a random nigga. Oh, that's cool. I'll be wild. I'll be wild out. Be like, so you was with that this whole time? All right. Slowly give him a hug, say I forgive you. Then grab the pillow from underneath his head, put it on top of it. Like, yep.
you for destroying my parents' marriage.
Right? Like, that shit was wild. That is wild. But, what was I saying?